राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Welcome to Shri Shri Radha Govinda temple. So we'll be singing Jai Radha Madhav Bhajan, which was very favorite to Srila Prabhupada. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन, जमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद. नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदा भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासति गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. अंतरूप मायापुर धाम की जय. वृंदावन धाम की जय. तुलसी देवी की जय. भक्ति देवी की जय. समावेद भक्तवृंद की जय. और प्रेमानंदे all good to assemble devotees, all good to assemble devotees, all good to assemble devotees, all good to Guru and Gauranga. So today is a very, very auspicious day because it is a Pashakanshi Ekadashi. So all the devotees are fasting practically. And we should be passing our time in reading the scriptures and chanting the holy name, etc., etc. So today we will be reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, and it's a text number 9, chapter 18, and text number 9, which is like Karyam iti eva yat karma nityam kriyate arjuna sangam tyaktva phalam chaiva satyaga satviko mataha. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. O Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Prescribed duties must be performed with this mentality. One should act without attachment for the result. He should be disassociated from the modes of work. A man working in Krishna consciousness in a factory does not associate himself with the work of the factory, nor with the workers of the factory. He simply works for Krishna. And when he gives up the result of Krishna, he is acting transcendentally. Once again, let's see the translation. O Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. So today is the day actually on this particular Ekadashi, and we will elaborate first of all on Srila Prabhupada's statements, but also we will be also asking for blessings from the whole disciplic succession, and of course from Shri Radha Govinda and Srila Prabhupada. It's very important for all of us to unite and pray to Lord Sri Krishna and Srimati Radharani, because as you know, the news that in Bangladesh our ISKCON temple is attacked and there were hurt so many devotees also, and most of the temple is destroyed, and this is not a good thing to happen. Whatever the cause is, Krishna consciousness says that we are not man, we are not woman, we are not American or Muslim or Hindu, black or white, tall or short, rich or poor. We are simply the spirit soul. So all other bodily conceptions and designations that everybody is bringing up in order to fight with others, that's just they are in mode of ignorance. So please pray to Srila Prabhupada, pray to Lord Shri Krishna, and today's reading we will be dedicating to whatever is happening in Bangladesh, and I hope it will work. So let's start praying from the beginning. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. I was born in darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutupada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of a spiritual master and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatan Goswami, as well as Raghunath Das and Raghunath Bhatt, Gopal Bhatt, and Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with Advait Acharya, Gadadhar, Shivas, and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Shri Krishna, along with their associate, Shri Lalita and Vishakha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. O my dear Krishna, you are the friend of distress and the source of creation. You are the master of gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Shri Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha Krupa sindubhya evacha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhaktavranda. I offer my obeisance to Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas and all others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Srila Prabhupada once remarked that a brilliant quality of Vedic literature is its variegated presentation of different paths for different classes of human beings. Thus we find 18 Puranas. For example, 6 for those in the material modes of goodness, 6 for those in passion, and 6 for those in ignorance. Similarly, we also have 18 books right next to me, Srimad Bhagavatam, and we have 18 books. Now, if you divide that, the same kind of contribution is there. 6 for those in the material mode of goodness, 6 for those in passion, and 6 for those in mode of ignorance. So, additionally, we find philosophical Upanishads, the terse, sophisticated Vedanta sutras, majestic and enthralling epics such as Mahabharata and Ramayana, and many other kinds of scriptures as well. As you know, all these Vedic books have a common aim, as expressed in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse number 15, it says, Vedescha sarve aham eva Vedya. By all the Vedas, Lord Krishna, I am to be known. Thus, Vedic literatures address all human beings in whatever state of spiritual evolution or decadency they may have, and engage them progressively on the path of human perfection, culminating in pure love of God, Krishna consciousness. So, since today is a Pasha Kushan Ekadashi, we should note that the blessings gained by observing Ekadashi will clearly appeal to a wide range of spiritual practitioners. Thus, for example, persons concerned with family life will be attracted by boons of good children, prosperity, etc. Whereas those who were transcended, such attachment will be motivated by the opportunity to rapidly attain pure love of Godhead. So, it has all kind of advantages, but it depends what you are looking for. Ekadashi can give you anything you desire. So, in the discipline of Krishna consciousness, fasting at regular intervals is highly recommended for both physical and spiritual improvement. The science of nutrition teaches that periodic fasting greatly benefits the body by giving the digestive organs a rest and allowing for internal cleansing. The body then functions much more efficiently. Even more important for devotees of Krishna. However, a spiritual benefit to be gained by fasting on certain auspicious days, strictly following the rules and regulations. Thus, Krishna conscious devotees are enjoined to fast twice a month on the 11th day of both the waxing and the waning moon, as described in Puranas. One who fasts on this day, called Ekadashi, attains not only physical benefit but tremendous spiritual benefit as well. So, I hope that you knew today is Ekadashi, and everybody is also with us, because our temple calendar, ISKCON calendar, shows today as Ekadashi day. Now, how it begins, how we are instructed in the Puranas. So, here it says, Sutta Goswami said, there are 12 months in a year and 2 Ekadashis in each month. Thus, there are 24 Ekadashis in one full year, and in leap year, there are 2 extra Ekadashis. O great sages, please listen attentively as I declare to you the names of the auspicious Ekadashis. So we were just looking in the verse that we were reading, the translation and the purport, that this is the day where we can apply that particular verse, that we just don't sit around doing nothing because it's Ekadashi, but we work for Krishna. Whatever we do, we dedicate to Radha Govinda. Not only that, but if there are any fruits, any results, we don't get attached to that also. And we offer directly back to Radha Govinda again. So this is the whole idea behind doing Ekadashi. Now, there are some details that in every month there are 2 Ekadashis, and there are different names of Ekadashis. So we should be knowing those names. Like today is a Pasha Kusha Ekadashi, but in November, December next month, it starts first with Utpanna Ekadashi, followed by Mokshada Ekadashi, and then Safala Ekadashi, Putrada Ekadashi, Shattila Ekadashi, Jaya Ekadashi, Vijaya Ekadashi, Amalki Ekadashi, Pap Mochini Ekadashi, Kamada Ekadashi, Varuthini Ekadashi, Mohini Ekadashi, Apara Ekadashi, Nirjala Ekadashi, Yogini Ekadashi, Padma और देवशयनी एकादशी, कामिका, पुत्रता, अजा, परिवार्तिनी, इंदिरा, पाशाकुशा, रमा एकादशी, and Haribodhini Ekadashi, which is Dev Utthani Ekadashi. The 2 extra Ekadashis which occur during the leap year are called Padmini and Parama Ekadashi. But this comes like every 3 years. But regularly we have only 24 Ekadashis for 12 months. When there is extra month, Adhik Mas, that time we get 2 more Ekadashi, which are named as Padmini and Parama Ekadashi. O sages, Sutta Goswami says, one who hears about this Ekadashi will learn how to observe them properly. Each Ekadashi bestows particular benefits on the faithful observer. So, every Ekadashi has different importance, different pastimes, different things to know about, and different benefits. The results are not equal, but more or less they are all spiritual, so it doesn't matter. But if you follow all the Ekadashis, then you get the whole package of benefits anyway. So we should know that Ekadashi and Supreme Personality of Godhead had a little dialogue. And it goes like this. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O most auspicious lady, he is addressing to Ekadashi. All my devotees in this world will surely fast on your day, and thus they will become famous throughout the 3 worlds, and finally come and stay with me in my abode. Because you, my transcendental potency, have appeared on the 11th day of the waning moon, let your name be Ekadashi. If a person fasts on Ekadashi, I will burn up all his sins and bestow upon him my transcendental abode. The merit one attains by fasting on Ekadashi is greater than the achieved by observing any other kind of fast or by going to place of pilgrimage, and even greater than that achieved by giving charity to Brahmanas. And Lord says, I tell you most emphatically that this is true. So these are the Lord Vishnu's words, and whatever he says is like a promise to us, to the devotee world, and that's why we should follow his order. About Papankusha Ekadashi, this is a story that I'll be going to read for you. It says here, Yudhishthir Maharaj said, O Madhusudana, what is the name of the Ekadashi that occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Ashwina, September, October? Please be merciful and tell this to me. So right now it is Ashwin Masa Shukla Paksha, and today is 11th day. So there is a waxing moon and waning moon. So today, particularly this particular Ekadashi is Papankusha Ekadashi. And the story goes further after asking that question. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna replied, this is the dialogue between Maharaja Yudhishthir and Lord Sri Krishna. Supreme Lord King Krishna said, O King, please listen as I explain the glories of this Ekadashi, Papankusha Ekadashi, which removes all sins. On this day, one should worship the deity of Padmanabha. As you know, Krishna has many names. Keshvaya Namam, Narayana Namam, Madhavaya Namam, Govindaya Namam, Vishnave Namam, Madhusudanaya Namam, Trivikramaya Namam, Vamanaya Namam, Sridharaya Namam, Rushikeshaya Namam, Adokshaya Namam, Nrunusya Namam, Achyutaya Namam, Janardaya Namam, Upendraya Namam, Haraya Namam, Krishnaya Namam, Padmanabhaya Namam. So, we have to chant this particular name and if possible worship the deity of Padmanabha. The lotus-navel Lord according to the rules and regulations. By doing so, one achieves whatever heavenly pleasures he wants in this world and last attains liberation. Simply by offering one's humble obeisances unto Lord Vishnu, the rider of Garuda, one can achieve the same merit as is won by performing great penances for a long time with complete controlled senses. Although a person might have committed unlimited sins, he can still escape hell just by paying his obeisances to Lord Padmanabha, who removes all the sins. Tasya nashyanti papani Padmanabhasya prasadatah. By the grace of Lord Padmanabha, all our sinful activities are vanquished. The merits gained by going on pilgrimage to tirthas of this earthly planet can also be achieved simply by chanting the holy names of Lord Vishnu. So we can go to pilgrimage on this particular day, and it is as good as chanting the holy name, or chanting the holy name is as good as going to place of pilgrimage. Whoever chants these sacred names such as Rama, Vishnu, Janardana or Krishna, especially on Ekadashi, never sees Yamaraja's abode. nor does one who fasts on Pashankusha Ekadashi, which is so dear to me, see that abode. Both the Vaishnava who criticize Lord Shiva and the Shaivites who criticize me certainly go to hell. So as we just said, the example of what is happening in Bangladesh, they attacked our temple and the devotees are in trouble. And we are deeply concerned. Here it says the same thing, that some of them are Vaishnavas, some of they believe in Lord Shiva. And here, although both are Vaishnavas, the Shivas may criticize the Vaishnavas and Vaishnava may criticize the Shivas. So, here, Lord Himself says that both the Vaishnava who criticize Lord Shiva and the Saivite who criticize me certainly go to hell. So we have to bring a full stop to this activity that we are Muslim, we believe in Allah, you are Hindus or you are Hare Krishnas and you believe in Krishna. You know, He is not my God and this is not your God. This is not a right vision. This is all arise from mode of ignorance. And that can only lead us to hell. The merit obtained by performing 1000 horse sacrifice and 100 Rajasvi sacrifices is not equal to even 1/16 of the merit a person obtains by fasting on this Pashankusha Ekadashi. There is no higher merit one can achieve than the attained by fasting on Ekadashi. Indeed, nothing in all three worlds is as pleasing, as able to purify one of sin as Ekadashi, the day of lotus navel Lord Padmanabha. So this particular day is actually dedicated in the service of lotus navel Lord Padmanabha. O King, until a person observes a fast on the day of Lord Padmanabha, named Pashankusha Ekadashi, he remains sinful, and the reaction of his past sinful deeds never leave him. There is no merit in all three worlds that can match the merit one attains by observing fast on this Ekadashi. Whoever observes it faithfully never has to see death personified, Lord Yamaraja. One who desires liberation, heaven, good health, beautiful woman, wealth and good grains should simply fast on this Pashankusha Ekadashi. O King, neither the Ganges, Gaya, Kashi, nor Pushkara, nor even the holy site of Kurukshetra can grant as much merit as a Pashankusha Ekadashi. O Yudhishthira, protector of the earth, after observing Ekadashi, during the daytime, the devotee should remain awake through the night. For by doing so, he easily attains to the abode of Supreme Lord Sri Vishnu. 10 generations of ancestors on the mother's side, 10 generations on the father's side, and 10 generations on his wife's side are all liberated by a single observation of a fast on this Pashankusha Ekadashi. All these ancestors attain their original four-armed transcendental forms, wearing yellow garments and beautiful garlands. They ride to the spiritual world on the back of the Garuda, the enemy of the snakes. This is the benediction my devotee earns simply by observing one Pashankusha Ekadashi properly. O best of kings, whether one is a child, a young, or an old person, fasting on Pashankusha Ekadashi frees him of sins and makes him immune to suffering a hellish rebirth. Moreover, observes a fast on this Ekadashi, becomes free of all his sins and returns to the abode of Lord Sri Vishnu. Whoever donates gold, sesame seed, fertile land, cows, grain, drinking water, an umbrella, or a pair of shoes on this most holy day will never have to visit the abode of Yamaraja. So here that is also recommended to give some donation, charity. So they say, whoever donates gold, sesame seeds, fertile land, cows, grain, drinking water, an umbrella, or a pair of shoes on this most holy day will never have to visit the abode of Yamaraja, who always punishes sinners. But if a resident of earth fails to perform spiritual dates, especially the observance of fast on holy days, such as Pashankusha Ekadashi, his breathing is said to be no better than the puffing of a blacksmith's bellows. O best of kings, especially on Pashankusha Ekadashi, even the poor should first bathe and then give some charity and perform other auspicious activities according to their ability. Whoever performs sacrifices or builds public ponds, resting places, gardens, or houses does not suffer the punishment of Yamaraja. Indeed, one should understand that a person must have performed such pious activities as this in his past life if he is long lived, wealthy, of highly rebirth, or free from all disease. But a person who observes Pashankusha Ekadashi goes to the abode of Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna concluded, thus, O saintly Yudhishthira, I have narrated to you the glories of Pashankusha Ekadashi. Please question me further if you wish to hear more about Pashankusha Ekadashi. So thus ends the narration of glories of Pashankusha Ekadashi or Ashwini Shukla Ekadashi from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. So Brahma Vaivarta Purana, which is not translated by Srila Prabhupada, but he often quotes that how important is to do this particular Ekadashi. So here there are some more tips, and Sutta Goswami continues and is relating the ancient stories, how it all began about Ekadashi. It's interesting to know and very important that whatever we do, any kind of austerity like even fasting on this particular Ekadashi or any Ekadashi, if you know the importance of Ekadashi, if you know the story behind it, then we can be more benefited because it will increase our faith in fasting and also in our transcendental endeavor that we are doing. So, Sutta Goswami continues and he says, all learned Brahmanas, long ago, Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, explained the auspicious glories of Sri Ekadashi and the rules and regulations governing each observations of fasting on that holy day. O best of Brahmanas, whoever hears about the origin and glories of this sacred fast on Ekadashi days goes directly to the abode of Lord Vishnu after enjoying many different kinds of happiness in this material world. Arjuna, the son of Partha, asked the Lord, O Janardana, what are the pious benefits of complete fasting, eating only supper, or eating but once at midday on Ekadashi? And what are the regulations for observing the various Ekadashi days? Kindly narrate all this to me. The Supreme Lord Krishna replied, O Arjuna, in the beginning of winter on the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Margshirsha, which is like beginning from next month, November, December, a novice should begin his practice of observing a fast on Ekadashi. On Dashmi, means day before. The day before Ekadashi, he should clean his teeth nicely. Then during the 8th portion of Dashmi, just as the sun is about to set, he should eat supper. The next morning, the devotee should make a vow according to the rules and regulations to observe fasting. At midday, he should bathe properly in a river, lake or a small pond. A bath in a river is most purifying. That taken in a lake is less so, and a bath in a small pond is less purifying. If neither a river, lake, nor pond is accessible, he may bathe with well water. So this is like a scripture. It may not exactly fit with our day-to-day lives that we live in modern days. But taking a bath is important. That's what it says. The devotee should chant this prayer containing the names of Mother Earth. O Vasundare, O Mrityuke, O Mother Earth, kindly remove all the sins I have accumulated throughout my many past lives, so that I may enter the sacred abode of Supreme Lord. As the devotee chants, he should smear mud over his body. So this is not something unusual. In any puja we do that. Om Prithvi Tvaya Dhruta Loka Devi Tvam Tam Chadaram Mamadi Pavitram Kuru Asanam. So even when we sit, we have to touch Mother Earth so that she can take our load. Of course, she is going to take. But we apologize because we are touching Mother Earth with our feet or bare feet. And touching someone with a bare feet is an insult, sort of insult. And that is why we have to pray to Mother Earth, just like here it says, that, O Mother, kindly remove all the sins I have accumulated throughout my many past lives, so that I may enter the sacred abode of Lord Vishnu. During the day of fasting, the devotee should not speak to those who are fallen from their religious duties, to dog eaters, to thieves, or to hypocrites. He should also avoid speaking with slanderers, with those who abuse demigods, the Vedic literature, or Brahmanas, or with any other wicked personalities, such as those who have sex with forbidden women, those who were known plunderers, or those who rob temples. If any such person is spoken or even sin during Ekadashi, one must purify oneself by looking directly at the sun. Then the devotee should respectfully worship Lord Govinda, Lord Padmanabha, with first-class food, flowers, and so forth. In his home, he should offer the Lord a lamp in the pure devotional consciousness. He should also avoid sleeping during the daytime and should completely abstain from sex. Fasting from all food and water, he should joyfully sing the Lord's glories and play musical instruments for his pleasure throughout the night. After remaining awake all night in pure consciousness, the worshipper should give charity to the qualified Brahmanas and offer his humble obeisances unto them, begging their forgiveness for his offenses. Those who are serious about devotional service should consider the Ekadashis that occur during dark fortnight to be as good as that occur during bright fortnights. O King, one should never discriminate between these two kind of Ekadashis. So, whether Devashayani Ekadashi is more important, or Dev Utthini Ekadashi is more important, or Rama Ekadashi is more important, or Pap Ankushini Ekadashi is more important. We should not go into those kind of details. Of course, they all have different benefits, and person who is fasting will get those benefits. But there's nothing like good, better, or worse. They are all best. Please listen as I describe the results obtained by one who observes Ekadashi in this way. Neither the merit one received by taking a bath in the sacred place of pilgrimage, known as Shankhodara, where the Lord killed the Shankasuriman, nor the merit one receives upon seeing Lord Gadadhara directly is equal to 1/16 of the merit one obtains by fasting on Pashankusha Ekadashi. It is said that by giving charity on a Monday, when the full moon is full, one obtains 100,000 times the results of ordinary charity. O winner of wealth, one who gives charity on the day of Sankranti attains 400,000 times the ordinary results. Yet, simply by fasting on Ekadashi, one obtains all these pious results. So, if you are given some charity on Monday or on a full moon day, or whatever recommendations that scriptures are giving, you follow them or you miss them, whatever condition is this. But as soon as you fast on this Ekadashi, then all those benefits come to you. Yet, simply by fasting on Ekadashi, one obtains all these pious results, as well as whatever pious results one gets at Kurukshetra during an eclipse of the sun or moon. Furthermore, the faithful soul who observes complete fasting on Ekadashi achieves 100 times more merit than one who performs an Ashwamedh Yagna, horse sacrifice. One who observes just a single Ekadashi fast perfectly earns the same merit as one who feeds the 100,000 mendicants each day for 60,000 years. And a person who properly observes Ekadashi just once earns 10 times more merit than a person who gives 1,000 cows in the charity to Brahmana learned in Vedas. A person who feeds just one brahmachari earns 10 times more merit than one who feeds 10 good brahmachari in his own house. But 1,000 times more merit than is earned by feeding the brahmachari is achieved by donating land to a needy and respectable brahmana. And 1,000 times more than that is earned by giving away a virgin girl in the marriage to a young, well-educated, responsible man. 10 times more beneficial than this is educating children properly on the spiritual path without expecting any reward in return. 10 times better than this, however, is giving food grains to the hungry. So, these are the advantages you get, sometimes 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. So, then Arjuna then asked, O Lord, according to you 1,000 Vedic sacrifice do not equal even one Ekadashi fast. How can this be? How has Ekadashi become the most meritorious of all days? So when he says, because in those days, as you know, Rajasui, Yagna, and all kind of fire sacrifices were performed by Pandava family. But then he says even fasting on Ekadashi is more important than even those sacrifices that you are doing. So Arjuna is very curious and he says, how is it possible? Lord Shri Krishna replied, I will tell you why Ekadashi is most purifying of all days. In the Satyuga, there once lived an amazing fearsome demon called Mura. Always very angry, he terrified all demigods, defeating even Indra, the king of heaven, Vivaswan, the sun god, the 8 Vasus, the Lord Brahma, Vayu, the wind god and the Agni, fire god. With his terrible power, he brought them all under his control. So now he is narrating a story about a demon named Mura. Lord Indra then approached Lord Shiva and said, we have all fallen from our planets and are now wandering helplessly on the earth. O Lord, how can we find relief from this affliction? What will be the fate of us demigods? Lord Shiva replied, O best of demigods, go to that place where Lord Vishnu, the rider of Garuda, resides. He is Jagannath, the master of all universe, and their shelter as well. He is devoted to protecting all souls surrendered to him. Lord Krishna continued, O Arjuna, winner of wealth, after Lord Indra heard these words of Lord Shiva's, he proceeded with all the demigods to the place where Lord Jagannath, the Lord of the universe, the protector of the souls, was resting. Seeing the Lord sleeping upon the water, the demigods joined their palm and, led by Indra, recited the following prayers. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, all obeisances to you. O Lord of Lords, O you who are praised by the foremost demigods, O enemy of demons, O lotus-eyed Lord, O Madhusudana, killer of Madhu demon, please protect us. Afraid of the demon Mura, we demigods have come to take shelter of you, O Jagannath. You are the doer of everything and the creator of everything. You are the mother and the father of the universe. You are the creator, the maintainer and the destroyer of all. You are the supreme helper of all demigods, and you alone can bring peace to them. You alone are the earth and the sky and the universal benefactor. You are Shiva, Brahma, and also Vishnu, the maintainer of the 3 worlds. You are the gods of sun, moon, and fire. You are the clarified butter, the oblation, the sacred fire, the mantras, the ritual, the priest, and the silent chanting of japa. You are the sacrifice itself, its sponsor and the enjoyer of the results, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing within these words, whether movable or immovable, can exist independent of you. O Supreme Lord, Lord of Lords, you are the protector of those who take shelter of you. O Supreme Mystic, O shelter of the fear, please rescue the protect us. We demigods have been defeated by demons and have thus fallen from the heavenly realm. O deprived of our positions, O Lord of the universe, we are now wandering about this earth's planet. Lord Krishna continued, having heard Indra and the other demigods speak these words, Shri Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, replied, what demon possesses such great powers of delusion that he can be able to defeat all the demigods? What is his name? And where does he live? Where does he get his strength and shelter? Tell me everything, O Indra, and do not fear. Lord Indra replied, O Supreme Godhead, Lord of Lords, O you who vanquish the fear in your pure devotees' hearts, O you who are so kind to your faithful servants. There was once a powerful demon of Brahman dynasty, those whose name was Nandi Janga. He was extraordinarily fearsome and wholly dedicated to destroying the demigods, and he begot an infamous son named Mura. Mura's great capital city is Chandravati. From the base, the terrible evil, the powerful Mura demon has conquered the whole world and brought all the demigod under his control, driving them out of their heavenly kingdom. He has assumed the roles of Indra, the king of heaven, Agni, the fire god, Yama, the lord of death, Vayu, the wind god, Isha, or the lord Shiva, Soma, the moon god, Nivritti, the lord of the directions, and Pashi, or Varuna, the water god. He has also begun emanating light in the role of the sun god and has turned himself into the clouds as well. It is impossible for the demigods to defeat him. O Lord Vishnu, please kill his demon and make the demigod victorious. Hearing these words from Indra, Lord Janardana became very angry and said, O powerful demigods, altogether you may now advance on Mura's capital city of Chandravati. Encouraged thus, the assembly demigods proceed to Chandravati with Lord Hari leading the way. When Mura saw the demigods, that foremost demon started roaring very loudly in the company of countless thousands of other demons who were all holding brilliantly shining weapons. The mighty armed demons struck the demigods, who began abandoning the battlefield and fleeing in the 10 directions. Seeing the Supreme Lord Harikesh, the master of the senses, present on the battlefield, the furious demon rushed towards him with various weapons in their hands. As they charge the Lord, who holds the sword, disc, and the club, he immediately pierces all their limbs with his sharp, poisonous arrows. Thus many hundreds of demons died by Lord's hand. At last, the chief demon Mura began fighting with the Lord. Mura used his mystic power to render useless whatever weapons the Supreme Lord Rishikesh unleashed. Indeed, to the demon the weapon felt just like the flower striking him. When the Lord could not defeat the demon, even with various kinds of weapons, whether those that are thrown or those they are held, he began fighting with his bare hands, which was as strong as iron-studded clubs. The Lord wrestles with Mura for 1,000 celestial years, and then apparently fatigued, left for Badrikashram, where Lord Yogeshwar, the greatest of all yogis, the Lord of the universe, entered a very beautiful cave named Himavati to rest. A Dhananjay, winner of wealth, that cave was 96 miles in diameter and only one entrance. I went there out of fear and also to sleep. There is no doubt about this, O son of Pandu, for the great fight made me very tired. The demon followed me into that cave and seeing me asleep, started thinking within his heart, today I will kill this slayer of all demons, Lord Sri Krishna. While the wicked-minded Mura was making plans in this way, from my body there manifested a young girl who had a very bright complexion, O son of Pandu. Mura saw that she was equipped with various brilliant weapons and was ready to fight. Challenged by that female to do battle, Mura prepared himself and then fought with her. But he became very astonished when he saw that she fought him without cessation. The king of demons then said, who has created this energy, angry, fearsome girl who is fighting me so powerfully, just like a thunderbolt falling from above? After saying this, the demon continued to fight with the girl. Suddenly, the effulgent goddess shattered all the Mura's weapons and in the moment deprived him of his chariot. He ran towards her to attack her with his bare hands, but when she saw coming, she angrily cut off his head. Thus the demon at once fell onto the ground and went to the abode of Yamaraja. The rest of the Lord's enemies, out of fear and helplessness, entered the subterranean Pathal region. Then the Supreme Lord woke up and saw the dead demon before him, as well as the maiden bowing down to him with joined palms. So this is supposed to be Ekadashi, who actually appeared from Lord's body and killed the demon Mura. So Lord's face expressing his astonishment, the Lord of the universe said, who has killed this vicious demon? He easily defeated all demigods, Gandharvas, and even Indra himself. Along with Indra's companions, the Maruts, he also defeated the Nagas, snakes, the rulers of lower planets. He even defeated me, making me hide in this cave out of fear. Who is it that has so mercifully protected me after I ran from battlefield and went to sleep in the cave? So that is why Lord's in Vishnu Sahasranam has more than 1,000 names, and one of the name is Ranachod. Every time Krishna ran away from the battlefield, he is known as a Ranachod. Ran is a battlefield and Chod means living behind. So then this Ekadashi said, it is I who have killed the demon after appearing from your transcendental body. Indeed, O Lord Hari, when he saw you sleeping, he wanted to kill you. Understanding the intention of this thorn inside of 3 worlds, I killed the evil rascal and thus freed all demigods from fear. I am your great Mahashakti, your internal potency, who strikes fear into the hearts of all your enemies. I have killed this universe terrifying demon to protect the 3 worlds. Please tell me why you are surprised to see this. This demon has been killed, O Lord. So this way, I am sorry this Aarti has started, but this is the importance of Ekadashi. You are learning that Krishna and his internal potencies are not different, But sometimes it is also possible that his energy is much more powerful than Krishna himself. So today we have this Pash Ankushi, the Ekadashi, and I will suggest that one should always follow. The next is a Rama Ekadashi, and every 15 days, twice a month, we have Ekadashi. Please try to fast on that particular day. Hare Krishna. So we will be following the Aarti now. Those who are watching on the live stream, Shri Radha Govinda is with you in your cell phone, on the laptop, or on the color TV, or whatever gadgets that you are using. You can see them and just follow the pujari and try to offer, if you have those kind of paraphernalias and incense, the ghee lamp, water, hanky, flower, chamar or fan, conch shell or whatever it is, and try to please the Lord. Ki bajayo jaya gora chande आरती को शोभा की बजायो जय गौरा चंदे आरती को शोभा जानवी तटवन जगमन लोबा जानवी तटवन जगमन लोबा दक्षिण निताई चाँद भाम गदाधरम दक्षिण निताई चाँद वाम गदाधरम निकटे अद्वैत श्रेणी वास छत्र दारा निकटे अद्वैत श्रेणी वासु छत्र दारा बसियाच घोराच रत्न सिंहासन बसियाच घोराच रत्न सिंहासन आरती कोरेन ब्रह्मा आदि देवगणे आरती कोरेन ब्रह्मा आदि देवगणे नरहरि आदि कोरी चामर झुलाय नरहरि आदि कोरी चामर झुलाय संजय मुकुंद बासु घोष आदि गाय। संजय मुकुंद बासु घोष आदि गाय। शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल। शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल। मधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला। मधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला। शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे। शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे। मधुर 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 बाजे। मधुर 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 बाजे। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निकाय गुर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। बहु कोटि चंद्र जिनी वदन उज्ज्वल। बहु कोटि चंद्र जिनी वदन उज्ज्वल। गल देश वन माला पुर जल माला। गल देश वन माला पूरे जल माला शिवा शुक नारद प्रेम गदागदं शिवा शुक नारद प्रेम गदागदं भक्ति विनोद के गुरार संपादा भक्ति विनोद देखे गुरार संपादा कि बजय जय गौराचंद आरती को शोभा कि बजय जय गौराचंद आरती को शोभा जानवी तटवन जगमन लोबा जानवी तटवन जगमन लोबा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हेलो हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radhe. Jai Radha गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे। जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे। जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे। जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन। जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन। प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रगटाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदा भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासिद्धि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। अंतर्विप मायापुर धाम की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, समावेश भक्तवृंद की जय। गौ प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. So we'll be chanting now prayer to Lord Narasimha. The picture is right there in front of us. Please focus on Lord Narasimha and let's chant. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralad Rad Daine Hiranyakashipurvakya Shilatankan Khalaye तो नसिंहो पर तो नसिंहो यतो यतो अमित तो नसिंहो बहिर्नसिंहो हृदय नसिंहो नरसिंहां गदिं शरणां प्रपद्ये तव कर कमल वरे नखां अद्भुत श्रृंगार दालिता हिरण्यकशिपु कानुभृंगा केशवद्रुता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। तव कर कमल बरे नखाम अद्भुत श्रृंगार दालिका हिरण्यकशिपु कानुभृंगा केशवदूता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय नृसिंहदेव जय नृसिंहदेव। जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज। नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्री श्री राधा गोविंद देव की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, पांच अंकुश एकादशी की जय। You want to say something?
Thank you for joining this evening's program, special program Gita reading on very auspicious Ekadashi, Pashakusha Ekadashi. Hare Krishna. Pashakusha Ekadashi ki
जय।